Head Start programs in the Big Bend area are set to start back tomorrow.
Maybe the sunshine will come back tomorrow, but we have to fight some overcast overnight first.
Plus, a local commissioner speaks out and stands up for a judge under fire. The news at 11 starts right now.
Live from the WTXL studios, this is ABC 27's News at 11.
Across the country, the government shutdown continues, but in the Big Bend, nearly 400 children and teachers head back to Head Start tomorrow. I'm Rockman Johnson. This is the News at 11. Mika Highsmith has the night off. According to our media partner, the Tallahassee Democrat, the National Head Start Association has provided a grant to get the program back up and running. Now, the government shutdown led to nearly 1,400 programs closing because their grant cycle ended October 1st. Head Start serves nearly 378 children in Leon, Jefferson, and Franklin counties by the Capital Area Community Action Agency. Well, tonight, a local couple is in hot water for homeschooling their kids. They were first arrested about 2 years ago, and now they could face up to a year in jail. Christina Resnack has the latest on why those parents are in such hot water.
I thought that for our family, homeschooling was just an important option.
Steve and Christina Spell have 8 kids ranging in ages from 6 months to 21 years, and they've homeschooled every one of them for most of their lives.
I felt like it was something that our family would benefit from because we have different ages and different ranges and different styles of learning.
In 2010, after moving back to Leon County, Christina Spell says they registered with the district under a non-traditional homeschool. Everything at that point was in order until a sheriff's deputy came knocking on their door in February of 2011. That's when the couple was arrested and charged with contributing to the delinquency of a minor and failure to require school attendance. Christina says a family member complained to the school district about their children being homeschooled, adding that before they were arrested, they had met twice with a school district liaison who wanted to ensure they were following district policy for homeschooling.
I thought that that was it, that it was settled.
Christina says they've done nothing wrong, and their legal battle has now become more than just a requirements issue.
What it's turned into is the basic parental rights of being able to educate your children, allowing families to develop an educational program that your children can flourish in.
I think people should have a right to homeschool. Every child learns differently.
Christina's daughters, 20-year-old Autumn and 17-year-old Mackenzie, say they're frustrated by the case.
They're going off of what one person said and then just going with it.
They had never met any of my children. Not one. No visits, no nothing. They'd never laid eyes on any of my kids.
But prosecuting attorney Brian Miller says this case is not an attack on homeschooling. He says it's simply a matter of the family, quote, not maintaining requirements and doing it incorrectly. He says the Spells carry misdemeanor charges. There could be a maximum sentence of 300 days in jail for Steve and 600 days for Christina. But Miller says jail time is usually only associated with felonies, so any kind of prison sentence in this situation is unlikely. Still, the Spell family says they've done nothing wrong.
We have complied with everything. We've done everything that's been asked.
After 2 years of court delays, the Spells are scheduled to go to trial next month. In Tallahassee, Christina Resnack, WTXL ABC 27, dedicated to you.
Tonight, a Leon County judge accused of running a side business from the bench had her day in court. The Judicial Qualifications Commission is investigating charges that Judge Judith Hawkins ran Gaza Road Ministries from her office. Now, court documents, Judge Hawkins says that she's done nothing wrong. Her ministry has had no impact on her role as a judge. The hearing is expected to last throughout the week. Now, earlier tonight, Leon County Commissioner Bill Proctor released a statement calling the case against Judge Hawkins political bluster and intimidation. He says in part that it ain't about a Sunday school book at all. It's about oppression and tyranny from the state. She insists that poor people's rights are not trampled upon by prosecutorial overkill and ruthlessness. Judge Hawkins follows the law and not the state. That statement in its entirety can be found on our website, WTXL.tv. Well, tonight, leaders in Florida are preparing to purge the state's list of unqualified voters. Secretary of State Ken Densner was in Orlando tonight meeting with the election supervisors as part of a statewide tour. Last year, hundreds of thousands of Floridians were forced to show proof of citizenship or risk losing their right to vote. Democrats say the move was just an attempt to intimidate minority voters. But the secretary says the state will use a more reliable federal immigration database this year that will check and cross-check voter qualifications. Well, state lawmakers are also looking to change some gambling laws that could put a casino much closer to you. The House and Senate are looking seriously at whether or not to change the state's gambling laws. Now, some senators were skeptical about some of the reasoning in a $500,000 study that looks at the potential impact of allowing more gambling and casinos in Florida. The study found that more casinos would likely have a moderate impact in the state's economy. Well, Chief Meteorologist Casanova Nurse is joining us, and Cass, things were pretty nice today, and it looks like a trend that may be here for some time, huh?
Yeah, not too shabby, even though we did see some passing showers. Maybe not quite as much sunshine as some folks would want, but certainly a relaxing, in most cases, rainfall in the morning, maybe keeping you in bed for a little while longer. Titan radar looks active, but mostly false echoes right around the radar site. The radar's in precipitation mode and a little more of a sensitive beam, showing at least some low-level moisture, but no massive rain across the central Big Bend. What is legitimate in the radar? Offshore of St. George Island, Dog Island, off the Forgotten Coast. Some continued shower activity thanks to the presence of a front. And 6 hours ago, we were talking about the same front across the central zones of our viewing area. It's basically still in place in those sections. So cloudiness from the central and eastern side of our region, maybe a few more breaks of clear sky the more west you go. But it looks like we all wake up to at least pockets of overcast. And the bus stop will feature temperatures in the mid-60s, a little bit warmer than average, but with extra cloudiness, it's going to be a slow warm-up during the course of the school day. We'll give you more information about a more obvious clearing trend in the Storm Team forecast.
Last week, 3 different shootings left 2 people dead and several injured. One group says that enough is enough. Tallahassee Stop the Violence is aimed at promoting peace in the Big Bend area. Over the past couple of years, Tallahassee has seen more violence than before. Markeisha Harvey led more than 50 people on a community march on Saturday that was held on Texas Street, where Gerald Frost was shot and killed last week. Now, Harvey says that her group is working on a mentoring program that will stop the violence and help young people.
We're taking everything one day at a time, but I can honestly say that right now we're trying to form mentoring programs and kind of like big sister, big brother programs to reach our youth.
Now, we've got all the details about the march and how you can be a part of working with other community leaders to stop the violence. It's on our website at WTXL.tv. Well, when the news at 11 continues, it's 10 days and counting. The U.S. is almost about to hit the debt ceiling. We've got the details on what's happening in Washington. Plus, a brand new $100 bill will be hitting the streets tomorrow. Find out how the new design will be different from what's out there right now. And this week is Fire Safety Week. We've got some details about how the Tallahassee Fire Department is helping you stay safe while in one of the places you think you're safest, in your kitchen. We'll tell you how that could change in your house. We'll be back in a moment.